I wish I had a grill.
It won't let me.
Your beard was struggling until you found the elegant Sasquatch.
It's Suplex Syndicate time! Let's get ready to rumble!
Did it now. Chaos, you should have put this one in the vault, man. They not ready.
I
They don't know what's
am
coming,
Tactical
man.
Santa,
Oh,
the
we gonna
smack
drop
talking
this on
Slay
right
Walker,
here. Y'all ain't
the
ready for
Michael
this.
Jordan of
Y'all ain't ready
Kringle
for none of
Jingle.
this. Your boy's a bad man. Let me
If
invade
you're
the
not
streets,
down
they
with the
gon' clap
Squatch,
a skirt,
you
and
can
dropping the
suck
heat.
it.
Shock the world, now I'm standing
Spray
alone.
and slay with the fragrance
You
feed.
can't open out your head to the track. Fuck the water down rap, we be taking it
You
back.
can't
Give it to me straight,
teach
ain't
that.
no chasing it. Check yourself in the mirror, ain't no
Hey!
facing it. Cause you
What am I
the
doing with these
plan
two
to plan.
clowns?
It's the master plan, we got the planet on hold. We all over the streets like your favorite sneaker. Breaking up your sound like a drive-through speaker. Everything that I be spitting is strong. After I rock, fast forward through the rest of the song. We the monkey wrench that's gonna ruin your plan. And don't fuck with John Cena, I'm a bad man.
With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in a fight with my hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in the fight with the
Sponsored by the Elegant Sasquatch.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Suplex Syndicate. I am joined, as always, with two of my brothers from another mother's, the one and only, the Squatch, and 30 Spray J from EBT to Fragrance Fiend. So, guys, how you doing? How's your week been? And I know we're all getting snow, but I think I'm willing to bet that the Sasquatch is probably getting more snow than we've got, is my best guess.
I got about a foot on the ground here in New Jersey, give or take, and now it's raining,
Wow.
so it's gonna make it crappy tomorrow. But that's a tomorrow problem, not a tonight problem. How you doing, Jay? You all right?
Oh man, I got out a few times. I didn't want to. The roads are pretty bad, but Patricia the Passat can whip it, and I've gotten through. I got to get to work in the morning, so I can't just be huddled up. But right now, I am with my boys. Obviously, the hair's not done. I got the wave cap on. It's cold. It's cold in my office. Can you see my breath? It's pretty cold.
I at first I thought you had like an NWO bandana on. I thought you were trying to be the Macho
No,
Man.
I was inspired by the Samoan werewolf. So, from
There we go.
EBT to Fragrance Fiend, not I mean.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's let everybody know this. One of the things that we have done on this channel is Suplex Syndicate is sponsored by the Elegant Sasquatch Grooming, and now's a good time. I got Ashen Othin today. A stellar scent profile that the Squatch did for the Black Vow, and it is fantastic. If you haven't got it, head yourself over there. Something new that you'll see is the Elegant Sasquatch has a brand new website, and it is fantastic.
TheElegantSasquatch.com. You can Google me, I will come up. And you know what? Because you guys are fans of the show, if you use the word suplex20 at checkout, you will save 20% off of your total order. So that's awesome. We did just release Big Fig Energy. So if you're a fan of fig, this is going to be your jam. This is it. I got it in whipped butter and the oil. So
nice. What about you, Jay? What do you got in, Jay?
Oh, I got that. Hail to the king, baby.
yeah, baby.
That is a fantastic scent profile.
If
Fantastic.
you didn't think that gasoline and diesel could make a cologne,
Right. Yeah.
whew, I'm rocking it. I'm rocking it.
Right.
Hail to the king, baby.
All right, fellas, let's get right into it. Monday
All right.
Night Raw.
Raw took place in was it Dublin, Ireland? It was in Ireland that this week, which is a great. They've been on the European tour over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So the crowd's always going to be hot. This was no different. Like the crowd was crazy good. The show opened up with Gunther coming out, talking about how he was going to be entering into the Royal Rumble. And then as he's announcing for the Royal Rumble, AJ Styles comes out and he's like, I want a rematch. As you cheated to beat me last week. And then one thing led to another. Gunther was about to walk out. He's like, for me to do double duty at the Royal Rumble, it's going to have to be worth my time. And he's like, basically, for me to give you this rematch, I'm going to need your career. So it's weird because it's a one-way stipulation, which I didn't understand. But so it's an AJ Styles career match, which is weird. But okay, I can see it. But you know what? This goes back to TNA this week, where AJ Styles made an appearance on it was either this week or last week, and he sounds like he's going to try to go after the TNA title, maybe if he happens to lose. Which I'm here for it. I would like to see a Kazarian AJ Styles match one more time.
Yeah.
So that's few and far between. You know what I mean?
I will quote the stylist Gina. She says that he may retire with WWE as far as that, and then fully retire with TNA.
Yep.
And I said it before, AJ Styles is TNA's John Cena, so if that's the way it's going to go, that's the way it's going to go. But why are we making Gunther the Legend Killer?
Right.
Fine.
I
Yeah,
have no problem with that. If he went to TNA, I actually think that he should retire out of TNA.
Yeah.
yeah,
He did so much for TNA. I mean, he's synonymously known for TNA. He
yeah.
is that version. I mean, he's the John Cena of TNA. He is actually the Sting of TNA. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yep.
no problem there.
So that's going to be at the Royal Rumble. So Gunther is doing double duty then, I guess. So he's going to be
Mhm.
into the ring, and he's also going to be facing AJ Styles. So outside of that promo, the first match of the night was actually again Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree. Before the match, there was a little backseat promo with Maxine and Natalia, which was kind of weird because I'm like, why would Natalia fly all the way out here just to do a promo? The match itself was again, because
Right.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting tired of this feud. I've said
Yeah.
it many times before. But the biggest highlight of this, and it's been a long time coming, it looks like Natalia is finally turned heel,
Yeah.
which
Finally.
we've been, if you're a fan of hers, you can see why.
Mhm.
If she goes to the Natty personality and not the Natalia,
Yep.
completely different. She's more ruthless, and I'm
Right.
here for that one. So now we're
Mhm.
moving on from Becky. So it's going to be Maxine versus Natalia, Natty, whatever you want to call her. That match itself was maybe a 1.5 star, but it was more for the heel turn than anything.
Right.
The second match was a 6 man tag team. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta versus the Vision. Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta won. But the biggest takeaway from that was there's going to be some of the Heyman guys from the Vision going to be in the Rumble that they announced it. So, that match, it was a fun match. That it was a very lucha style match, which
Mhm.
I still think Penta and Dragon Lee would be a hell of a tag team if
Yeah.
they wanted to do it that way. They play off each other really, really well, which is really, really nice. And Mysterio, even though he's up there in age, he can still move, but it's just he can't do what he's known to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's getting kind of hard to watch Rey Mysterio anymore, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Because he is in his 50s. I mean, how much longer does he have? You know. But
Right.
overall, that match was probably like a 2.5 star out of 5. It was fun to watch. Was it the greatest match? No, but I had fun watching it. The third match was El Grande Americano versus Javon Evans. Javon Evans, Mr. Bounce himself, he actually ended up getting injured during this match, like legitimately injured. First, we thought it was his arm, then we thought it was his shoulder. Come to find out, it was a concussion, from what I've heard. So that the match went on. It should have stopped, but it went on. And Grande Americano defeated Javon Evans just because he couldn't go anymore because he got hurt.
Right.
So and that it was actually a pretty decent match. It was again another 2.5 star match. And then the main event was the CM Punk versus Finn Balor, and this is basically being a hometown show for Finn. This would be Finn's turning face moment. Like you can see it. He came out to the old Finn, the old Prince Deviant Finn
Right.
Balor entrance from NXT, which I actually really liked. He said it was so loud he couldn't hear the music, so he was off a little bit. But yeah, so it looks like Finn Balor is going to be turning face again, which is a long time coming. He should have done this a long
Yep.
time ago. So you had that, and then the match itself was actually really good. It was one of the better. I know you guys don't like CM Punk, but in this match,
Yeah.
you
It
had,
was a good match. It was a good
oh,
match.
it was a fantastic match. Like
Right. Right.
I would have been okay with this match being like a pay-per-view, a main event on a
Yeah.
pay-per-view. It was that type of match. So it was easily a 4 out of 5 star in my book. So
Agree.
CM Punk did beat Finn Balor after a bunch of false finishes, that ending of the match was crazy. And it still doesn't look like Finn Balor has had a carb in the last 27 years of his life.
Right.
But yeah, it was a great match, and overall, it was a solid Raw. Wasn't as good as the last couple of weeks, but it was pretty solid. You got the road to Royal Rumble, so everybody's starting to declare and whatnot. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I would say it's solid B or B plus, just like you said. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, definitely the same. My favorite of it all was the Finn Balor CM Punk match. I was shocked.
Yep.
I'm ready for a Finn Balor actual good title reign. Every
Yep.
time he's gotten the title, it's not that he's gotten screwed out of it, it's just been injuries. And you know
Right.
what? It's time for the Prince to reign or the Demon.
I agree with you. I'd love to see it. I just, with all the talent right now that's there and everybody who's hot,
yep.
I just don't see it. I mean, I would like to see it. I would love to see the Demon, and I'd love to see, but I just think there's so much other talent that they're pushing that
and
I don't think it's in
and
the cards.
they just signed Powerhouse Hobbs, so
Right.
he's going to be making
Yeah.
that. They changed his name, and I forget what they changed it to, but it sounds like somebody said it sounded like a driver's name. So I'm like, okay, please tell me they're not going to put him with the New Day, and it's going to be the new Big E
Right.
replacement. I really
Mm.
hope that's not
Right.
going to be
It,
happening.
isn't Obi Femi coming to Monday
Obi's
night?
coming. He's probably going to
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
his debut at the Royal
Royal
Rumble,
Rumble. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I'm here for.
But I
Um,
would like, Finn doesn't have to have the heavyweight
no,
championship. He could run the mid card and he could have a fantastic reign
yeah.
because I mean, when you put him in that category, he could reign supreme there. The
See,
Prince could reign.
and
Yep.
what sucks was like since he was the first ever Universal
Right.
title holder or whatever belt that was.
Hmm.
He never actually he never had another chance to win a title again up until
Right.
this now, and so
Right.
we don't know how well his title reign would have went. I have a feeling they're going to be pushing him
Right.
hard in the upcoming months for another title shot.
That's the
Right.
thing too, is as much as look at the champions that we have, and they're great
Mhm.
champions.
Right.
But who can work with everybody? Seth
Yeah.
Rollins, he can work with everyone.
Sure.
CM Punk, mic wise, yeah, everyone flows. But once you get into the ring with CM Punk, it's either he's making him look good or they make him look good. I
Right.
think Finn Balor as a champion, he could work with everyone, big guys, small guys.
Sure.
It can be a great longing reign. It could be as big as Roman Reigns if they played it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The only thing that I think though is if you look at it, everybody they're starting to bring in from all these other, they're going back to these guys that have the superhero personas as far as body wise.
Yeah.
If Finn was a bigger dude, I would agree
Oh
with
yeah.
you. But
Yeah.
with his size, I think they're gonna put him in mid card and have him be champion in the mid cards because that's just I mean, you just gotta look at size. They're bringing
I
all
mean,
these big
I was
monsters
going to
in.
say CM Punk's not a big guy, and he's not ripped to the jeans, and
Sure,
he's a title holder.
sure, but I mean,
Cody
he's
Rhodes was
not
like that. He wasn't ripped. I mean,
sure, but he's not small like Finn Balor. CM Punk's bigger than Finn Balor, so is Dusty Rhodes. Finn's a small dude, and not taking nothing away from that. I mean, Rey Mysterio is a small guy and he was champion. I just think when you see all these big guys that they're moving in, okay, they're feeding into Monday Night Raw, all these big monsters. It's kind of hard to have the
yeah,
smallest guy as champion and make it
Yeah,
look
that's
believable.
true. That's true.
You know,
understandable.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Sasquatch. You gonna do the AEW first, or
Oh yeah,
you gonna do
the
SmackDown?
the highlight of the week for AEW. Again, it's an MJF promo between him and I think his name's Brody Lee,
Yeah,
the big
the
guy that used to
big
be a
dude.
part of
Yep,
Malachi Black's
yep,
Also
entourage.
black.
yep.
Yeah, Aleister Black. There looks like they're about to have a nice little feud going on,
Yeah,
which I'm okay with it. Like it was so funny. Like MJF from across the ring was talking all types of mad stuff,
right.
and then he gets face to face with Brody Lee, and Brody Lee's like 8 inches bigger than him, and he becomes the chicken shit heel, which he's great for. And so I am here for that match. That was basically the biggest highlight of the week from AEW that I took away. Yeah, so
I gotta ask you this question, you guys.
yes.
I don't know about you, but I would love to see a MGF in WWE.
Yep.
I would love to see it. I think it would be hilarious.
He
would be
had
awesome.
his chance. He was a free agent, I think, last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last year, and then he just re-signed because the amount of money that they offered him.
Right.
Because AEW would have been a fool to give that their number one star and probably the number one heel in all of wrestling up and to let him walk. And the thing is, what would kill me is if Brody King. I'm sorry, I said Brody Lee. Brody King. You're right. But if MJF did come to the WWE, he wouldn't have that personality that he would normally have, just for the simple fact that he can almost say whatever the hell he wants, and he has a little bit more wiggle room where you couldn't even curse on Netflix without them bleeping it out on WWE. So it's, you know what I mean? So you would lose a lot of the stuff that makes MJF great, you know what I mean?
Sure. Well, all right. Let's get into SmackDown.
SmackDown's highlights tonight is sponsored, just like the show, by theelegantsasquatch.com. Get you some Elegant Sasquatch. What happened in SmackDown, of course, like you said, they're overseas, or not overseas, but they're in different countries. They were in Canada. So, of course, what happens when they're in Canada?
They're in Montreal.
Montreal. Yep.
Montreal. So, of course, they had to bring out Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn did a great promo. It wasn't all, can I do this? Can I not do this? Am I ready for this? He was saying he wasn't backing down from this number one contender Fatal 4-Way. But before he could get much deeper into it, Trick Williams comes out. Trick Williams is the guy to beat. I'm sorry, not sorry. This is a guy who has superstar status. And then, of course, they do what they do in Fatal 4-Ways. Damian Priest came out, and then words were thrown. Not much was really said on the mic. It was a lot of face-to-face and oohs and ahs, but of course, Montreal is backing with Sami Zayn.
That's his hometown, isn't it?
Yeah. So the first match was United States Championship, Carmelo Hayes versus Dragunov. And it was a good match. From whatever reason, though, The Miz jumped in there. And
I know, because they had, I'm sorry, Jay, I didn't mean to cut you off. They had a promo before that match. And Carmelo called him out as The Miz asked him, what has Dragunov given you for this title-wise? And Carmelo was like, well, he's given me more of an opportunity than you ever had. So he called out The Miz right there on the spot before the match.
But that interference got a lot of crowd reaction.
Yeah.
That rivalry between Hayes and Dragunov, that's pay-per-view status right there.
100%.
So, after that, Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green, non-title. But it really shows, Jade's athletic dominance and everything. But, and this is what I'm here for, and I'm sure Tactical Santa is too, Jordan Grace comes out. And she confronts Cargill. And don't get me wrong, there's at least an 8-inch difference like it is in the snow right now. But no one's arms in the women's division are as big as Jordan Grace's. Jordan Grace is a beast. If she wants to throw me on her shoulder, do it.
I'm sorry, but they did Chelsea Green dirty in that match. Because,
I think Chelsea Green is the Miz of the females.
Oh, no, she's better than the Miz. Absolutely not. She is better than the Miz. But the thing is, with Jade still can't wrestle. Like she's still Chelsea Green makes a lot of folks look good, and Chelsea
Right.
Green could even make her look good. And I hate to say it, but it's just the reason why they put her with Jordan Grace in this feud is because Jordan Grace is going to make Jade Cargill
Yeah.
look like a stud. Like,
Right.
well, no pun intended, but
I truly think well, this kind of is a future prediction, but kind of not. But I actually believe that Jade is a placeholder right now.
yeah,
They're gonna have her hold the belt until what's
WrestleMania.
her- until Bianca Belair comes back.
Yeah.
That's where the big money match is.
Or
Everybody wants to
Naomi.
see.
Or
No,
Naomi.
no, it's gonna be. She's already had matches with Naomi. The big match that we never got to see was Jade and her.
Mhm.
I just think that they got Jade holding it until that match comes about, and then probably she's gonna be beat by Bianca Belair.
Hmm.
Just what I think. But having Jordan Grace work with her is gonna give her some more street cred, right?
Yep.
Jordan Grace is a powerhouse.
Yep.
So I was reading something, and this kind of does make sense in a way. She's been getting a lot of heat lately about how she's hurt other wrestlers, right?
Yep. Like 3 or 4, right?
3 or
Something like
4. Right. So, some of them are saying it's works that Mi Chin had something that she was going to do anyway, and that BFAB had something too. So there works. But here's the other thing too. Jade is a strong woman. And I think the problem is she needs to work with women that are strong too. And if you put her in the ring with Jordan Grace is a strong female. She's an athlete. She's going to be able to work with her, just like Bianca Belair. She needs to work with people like that are athletic, that are strong, right? So hopefully that happens. Jordan Grace and her, I hope, have a fantastic feud because I mean that's going to be great because Jordan is that wrestler. She can go. She can put power down with Jade.
100%. 100%.
So it should be a good match, and hopefully she learns. But like I've always said, if it doesn't work out for Jade Cargill, she's in a movie coming out, Rip or whatever it is. She's in that Netflix movie. She's a villain. She's going to probably be Storm for Marvel. So if it doesn't work out for her wrestling wise, she has a very bright future in movie career, I believe.
I'm out. She's not in the rip. That's a
She's a,
Tiana.
she
I
she
watched-
is a
I watched
she was
it.
at the red carpet. They said that she was in it. She was in it for a couple minutes. She's supposed to be a
Where?
villain in that.
Where? I
I'm
didn't
just
see
telling
her.
you what I read. She was
I didn't
she's
see
in a
it.
movie.
I watched it. She wasn't in it.
Were
I
you
have no idea what you're
have
talking
you
about.
smoked? Did you smoke or did you watch it sober?
Okay, maybe. I'll watch it again.
Okay.
All right.
But but any which way though, she has a very, very bright future in movies. If wrestling doesn't work out for her, she's got the look. She can be Storm, and she can do some of that stuff.
She can be
So,
Storm. She can be Storm.
I don't think she's going to be back at the Rumble. I don't think Bianca will be. I think she's still messed up.
Yes.
She's not
I
ready.
think the Rumble's too weak of a, and I'm not saying the Rumble,
Right.
everyone comes back at the Rumble, but a Bianca return
Yeah.
is going to be like WrestleMania. It may
Yeah.
not be before a match. It could be after. It could be setting up for the next year. And that's what we're going to get. But future predictions going on. Again, brought to you by Elegant Sasquatch.
Wait a minute. Stop. We're not at future predictions.
I know, that's what I said. Future predictions on.
We're not there yet. We still got to do Saturday Night Light's main event.
I'm not even done with SmackDown. Can you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I don't.
Okay. What I'm saying is we will get to future predictions. Can I continue on to SmackDown?
Sure.
Okay. So the match of the night for me, you know what it's going to be, is the WWE Tag Team Championship, the Wyatt Six versus the MFTs. Now, MFTs come out with the stolen lantern of the Wyatt Six. And there was already heat coming down to the ring as Solo walks like Bray Wyatt. I'm sorry. Don't do it. You should have just walked with the side, swinging it, whatever. Don't walk like that, man. A fan tried to touch Solo, and Solo swung him off, and there was some words exchanged. Solo did call him the big bad B word. Can't say it on lives, but that happened. It was a chaotic brawl from bell to bell. Solo and Tulla pulled out all stops to dethrone Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy. But at that crucial moment, Solo used the Wyatt's lantern as a weapon.
Yeah.
And turned the tide to their favor. Tonga followed up with the cutthroat, and the MFT are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. I'm here for it only because it brings so much buildup for what can continue on to the future with the Wyatts, because that's what we need. We need this. What's going to build? What's going to, they ain't doing much being champions. So the Stolen Lantern does add a lot of psychological edge. And so, they're cutting great promos. They're doing all this. I just want to see, I either want to see Soul change into something. Give me some like Samoan voodoo magic stuff, or with the Wyatts not having the lantern to light their darkness, let's get even darker, baby. Come on.
Solo needs to go solo after this match.
Ooh.
Like he's the biggest star in this whole little shindig right now. He needs to be by himself.
I think, yeah, and honestly, if they separated all of them to do some solo, some single stuff, it would be a lot better as well, because the bloodline story is gone, the family tree bloodline story is gone, or is it? We'll see. It's wrestling. Nathan Frazier versus Johnny Gargano, because I guess Ciampa is out of WWE.
Yeah, he didn't resign and his contract is up, so he's gone.
Okay, so they're pushing Gargano in a single, to the singles, which is the first time in a long time that he's done anything singles. It was okay, but Fraser did catch Gargano in a small package for an upside win. You haven't seen that in a long time. A little small package pin. Haven't seen that really happen. The women's number one contender triple threat match. You had Julia and Kiana James versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte versus Nia Jax and Last Legend. And this was fast paced. Everybody was out the gates going. Yep. Charlotte hit the spear. Legend hit the lash extension. James capitalized, pulling out the pin and becoming the new number one contenders for the women's tag team champions. And it's about time that they started showing them, those are the next girls. And right. I think it's about time that they really did show. But it's not over for Nia Jax and Lash.
Ooh.
Nia's dropping weight. Lash is a powerhouse already.
Right.
It's about to get good in the women's whether it's tag teams, whether it's singles, women are coming. All right.
I just want to say something really quick. Yes, Robert Allen, she's not in a Marvel movie currently. They have been looking at her for the future. So not currently, but in the future for her to play Storm. Just wanted to clear that up.
And if they there's always these rumors or whatever. Sure. But if they cast that girl from Wicked, and not Jade Cargill,
right?
I promise you, Marvel, as much as up there as Marvel is, they will sink again, and then DC will take over. It's an ongoing battle, but that's another show. And we need a comics show, dude. I could nerd out. Main event attempt. And this is, and I'm gonna say attempt, okay, because it was Priest versus Trick Williams. Yeah. You knew what was gonna happen. It's a fatal 4-way on Saturday Night Main Event.
Mm-hmm.
They're all coming. Okay.
Right.
So Priest and Trick Williams try to go at it, but Sami Zayn runs in. And then the bell rang, no contest. And then they all three brawled. And then who comes out from underneath the mat? Oh, my boy. RKO Randy Orton. Orton RKO Trick out of nowhere. Then he RKO Zayn out of nowhere. and he's standing tall at the end of the match. But we'll get to that. But whoever stands tall at the end of the match, does it always mean that they're going to make it at the pay-per-view?
Right.
So, one thing I really want to talk about as far as SmackDown, though, is the Jacob Rhodes and Jacob Fatu sit down. They were having some kind of interview with Cody Rhodes, and it was like an Oprah boring interview with Cody Rhodes. And Jacob Fatu comes in ganged up. You know what I mean? Ganged up. Colors, grill, or no, not grill. I'm sorry. Brand new veneers, looking shiny. And he's, and Cody Rhodes tells him, oh, you ain't nothing. You're a bad guy. You were locked up. You were this. You were that. And Cody Rhodes, says, Fatu's never been in a title match. And security had to separate them. Jacob Fatu let off some great little promos, but that just builds up for Saturday night's main event. It did air. A promo aired confirming Roman Reigns is officially entry into the Royal Rumble. So, the tribal chief will be there.
Right.
I would say it's as good as Raw. I mean, every time that they're not in the United States, it's always a good show. I would say it was a solid A-.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, that promo between Cody, like, Fatu can cut the hell of a promo. He said he broke out two things in that promo that stuck with me. He said he went from the EBT to the WWE, which was hilarious. And then he was like because Cody's like, you're not thinking, you never thought. He's like, that's why you got locked up. And Jacob was like, 16 locked up, 18 locked up, 7 kids, no job, 1 mattress. And I lost it. I'm like, dude, that is pure gold.
1 mattress, 7 kids.
1 mattress.
Woo!
Right.
So, and that was pure gold. Pure gold.
Yeah.
Right.
So
he reminds me, and I don't want to, and like a grittier, like if The Rock was street,
right?
Jacob Fatu was there because he can cut a promo.
Right. Right. Well, why don't we move on to Saturday night's main event then?
I was going to say he was kind of. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Dino, but he kind of reminded me of what New Jack used to be like.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Right. All right. What do you guys say? Let's get into Saturday night's main event.
Absolutely.
Well, since we're feeding off of the Cody and Fatu, that's what started the show. And everyone's on the edge of the seat. Oh, it's gonna be a match.
Yep.
The match never officially started. But what is official is that this show is brought to you by Elegant Sasquatch. Fatu attacked Rhodes early, and then bell never rang, and then
By the way, little Nate, the referee, needs to really find a new line of work because he keeps getting taken out. He got taken out this time. Like little Nate is getting his butt kicked.
As bad as Earl. As Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who comes out to handle these 2 maniacs? None other than the heavyweight champion Drew McIntyre. So that brings, the triple threat thing that's going to happen. I say at WrestleMania, it's going to be Fatu, Rhodes, and McIntyre. And maybe by then, maybe Fatu is championship material, but
it depends on who wins the Rumble.
That's
the thing. It depends on who wins the Rumble.
I hope that they continue on McIntyre's reign for a little bit, just because he's never had a real audience and everything.
And he's getting more and more people that are coming after him. Sami Zayn slapped him on Friday Night SmackDown. And there's more and more people that are coming after McIntyre.
Yeah, for sure. Why don't you did you watch it?
I did. I'm sorry, I don't have the lineup in front of me. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the next one was the women's tag team, Rhea and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez.
Yep.
It
Yeah,
was a decent match. It was a
decent match. Roxanne did come in later. No, not Roxanne. Raquel Rodriguez. She came in later to make the save. But the tag team champs stayed the tag team champs, and Rhea Ripley folded up Alexa Bliss. No, not Alexa Bliss. Liv Morgan like a
Liv
crick.
Morgan. Yeah.
Like she had her knees up well above her head.
Songs by Live Morgan and similar artists.
Well above her head. But my Alexa just kind of went crazy. But he even had opinions about this match. But yeah, like it was a good match. It had its moments, and then as soon as Rhea Ripley got that hot tag, it was on from there. It was.
I like what they're doing with Liv Morgan and Roxanne, and what's the end goal for Liv Morgan, because eventually that's going to be a big turn.
Right.
But I don't see them as tag team champions, so I'm glad that they kept it on Rhea and Io, because when Judgment Day has any kind of titles, they don't utilize them well.
Yep.
The next match was AJ Styles versus Nakamura. Why don't you talk about this?
That match, hands down, was the match of the night. It was probably I would say the match of the year so far. I understand we're only 3 weeks into the year, but as of right now, it is the match of the year. It had everything. It had ups and downs. AJ going after Nakamura's knee, really selling it. They were both going after submissions, one after another, which was really, really great. And like there was one point that Nakamura took a knee to the head by AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think there was a miscommunication somewhere, and like legit, I thought Nakamura was knocked the hell out. Like he straight to the jaw, like not even. But overall, like it was hands down the best match of the year, no matter from across all companies.
Did it give you Japan style AJ Nakamura? Yeah.
I didn't like the mask that he came out, that AJ Styles came out in, and I've always been a Nakamura fan. Always, like he's one of my top like probably 5 wrestlers of all time. But those two will always have a place in my heart. So that they know no matter which way you go with that. So
yeah. Great match. It is seeming like AJ is going to be retiring soon, so he's going to be putting up some bangers, just like John Cena did with his retirement run. They're kind of keeping it low on AJ Styles because Fatal 4-Way #1 contender Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton versus Damian Priest versus Trick Williams.
Right.
Yeah, Trick got a huge pop in that again.
Yeah,
he did because of course he's got the intro, he's got the entrance.
Yep.
Who got the biggest pop though? Of course, it being Canada.
Yep.
You could not stop the crowd from Sami Zayn.
Right.
Yep. And then they also brought up Kevin Owens quote unquote watching from home. Because that again is Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens' backyard. So
and I don't know, there's been rumors that KO cannot come back, but they did the same thing with Randy Orton, and Randy Orton finally did come back. I think no matter what, unless they say he can't walk, I think KO will come back.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Great match. Everybody was hitting their points. Randy Orton was the guy that I was rooting for. I'm sorry. We texted each other. I said it. I was like, I really want Orton to finally win something, but with it being Canada crowd, Sami Zayn is going to win it. Who won it with a hell of a kick? Whatever, dude. If you
and see, he's also over in Saudi Arabia
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why he won. So
Right. Right.
I think it's sad to say that, we're going to see another Sami Zayn championship, but will it last long? Maybe not. Cool. But he couldn't beat the tribal chief. I just don't see him as a champion. Do I see him beating Drew McIntyre? No.
Right. Right. What do you give it overall? What's the ranking on it?
you know what? It was better than the last Saturday night's main event, the last week. Even though that was John Cena's final match, it was better than that. I would probably give it an 85, not 90, because of that Nakamura AJ Styles match.
Right. Right. Yeah.
No.
Right.
I would say it was right there up there. If they keep doing what they're doing to Royal Rumble, to WrestleMania, we have a hell of a year for wrestling.
Right. I agree. Well, fellas, what was our special topic of the week? And do you want to start it off, Sasquatch?
Yeah, it was the who would you like to see in their primes versus who would you like to see in their primes, and we didn't bring up who is going to be who, what matches, so we might step on each other's toes. But the one that came, I had two. I'm gonna do my 1B first. It was Andre the Giant versus the Big Show, or the Giant. Let me rephrase that. But the 1A, my first was AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that would, because you had the showstopper versus a guy who potentially could be the GOAT.
Right.
The TNA GOAT at least. But yeah, that would be mine. That's my number one.
That's hard to pick too, man. Who would win in that one? Because those guys can both bring it, man. They can really both bring it.
Because if you get the Shawn Michaels of like 96, 97, 98, he lost his smile. That Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And going up against AJ Styles and when he was in TNA, when he was the X Division champ. Oh, hands down.
Right. And then your B match is interesting because when you put Andre in his prime where he could move.
Yep.
And
when he was doing standing drop kicks,
Yep. And you got the Giant when he could move.
And the Giant was doing drop kicks off the top.
Yeah.
Y'all don't remember when the Big Show was doing that when he was like under 300 pounds.
Yeah.
So
that would be an interesting match to see, man. Well done on the matches, Sasquatch. Well done. Those are some good ones. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right,
Jay. See, y'all you guys gotta compete with me now.
All right. Yeah. Right. Okay. So B match. I want to say Macho Man Randy Savage versus Triple H.
Dude,
okay,
that's a good match.
I'm sorry, just because back when he was the Game versus the cream of the crop, it's just something, mic skills, DX, all that. I think it really would have went off well.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm gonna say it because there's tons and millions of wrestling fans that have said it. I would have loved to see Prime Sting versus The Undertaker.
Right.
Not and right where Undertaker was either right before American Badass, or right after American Badass. Either one of those dead man.
Which Sting are we talking about? Are we talking about Surfer Sting or Crow Sting?
Got to be Crow.
It's got to be Crow because
or Joker Sting.
You know what? Honestly, yes, Joker Sting. Joker Sting was still right there. He was still moving. That the way he was cutting promos, the way he was doing the craziness. I think crazy, iconic Joker Sting versus Deadman Undertaker. No one hasn't said that yet. I appreciate that, Swash. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, I have to back up for a second because you took my match, Sting versus Undertaker. but that's okay. I got a couple. So I'm gonna flip the script a little bit
Here
because
we
we've
go.
talked about this before.
Here we go.
Legion of Doom in their prime, the Road Warriors, versus the New Day.
Okay.
B match.
I mean,
that's my B match.
I was gonna say that's a squash match any day of the week, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they claim that the New Day is the greatest of all time. So
I mean, you would be better off seeing the Legion of Doom versus the Ascension. That would be a better, compelling match.
well,
Let him talk. Let
that's
him
my
cook.
B match.
Oh,
That's
I'm
my
sorry,
B
I'm
match.
sorry,
That
I'm
was my
sorry.
B match. My
sorry.
A match, because another tag team that is quoted as the greatest would be Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, versus the Usos.
That would be a good match. It would be powerful. It'd be powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you talking Usos like Bloodline, 11 time, all that? Because
I'm talking about you give us the best Uso lineup that you have, and we'll throw them against the
So
Road
you
Warriors.
would say the Penitentiary Usos. That was the
Yeah.
best one. Right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
best lineup that they have, because that was probably the best when they were that they didn't care, right? They were because if you're going to throw them up against the Legion of Doom, they've got to be in that I don't care mindset. They're going to have to fight them. So I want to see the best against the best and see what would come out.
There's so many. There's so many. Like,
Oh, 100%.
people that
Right.
people haven't talked about things like DX versus or New Age Outlaws versus Hardy Boys.
Sure.
Or Health, Hogan Flair.
Hogan Flair. John Cena. Well, I mean, John Cena and Logan Paul happened,
Right.
but prime John Cena.
So here's one that was mentioned a lot that never happened and would have been interesting to see. Back in the era when it was the WCW, WWE Monday Night Wars, right? What about Goldberg and Steve Austin, Stone Cold?
Yeah,
Because they always wanted that to happen.
They did.
Always
This is
wanted
true.
to happen.
it wouldn't have happened right. It wouldn't have happened right. Not the way that Goldberg is and or was or whatever.
Well, here's the thing, though, and I'm a Goldberg fan and I'm a Stone Cold fan, but I think this Stone Cold was way over.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves Stone Cold, and I think what it comes down to is who the people want to see win, and just because of Stone Cold's ability to talk on the mic, the vignettes he would do, and that, I actually think if it would have went down, depending on who was sponsoring it, right? If WCW was sponsoring it, it would have been a Goldberg match. If it was a WWE match, it would have been Stone Cold. But I think it still would have been really cool to see, just because everybody wanted to see it.
I also have two more. Number one,
Let's hear it.
Yep.
Kurt Angle versus Taz.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been a great one.
No,
that never happened.
No, that never happened.
That never happened because before that would have been really, really, really high end. And then who was the other one? It was Scott Hall as Razor Ramon versus PJ. No, not PJ. PA Magnum. Magnum TA. Magnum TA.
Magnum TA.
Because at one point, Magnum TA, when Scott Hall was bulkier in the AWA, he said he stole his look. I would like to see that match. So and then I would also kind of like to see Braun Breaker versus Arn Anderson too. So.
This is true. The Undertaker did wrestle as B. Markellis. He wrestled Sting, but it wasn't the Undertaker persona with the Undertaker move set. You know what I mean? That's what everybody wanted to see.
Sting versus
Joker
Sting. I actually go back. I watch.
Me too.
Sting in TNA, and when he was brutalizing Hogan and he was getting crazy with the makeup and everything, he utilized something great with that character. I wish it would have had a little bit longer of a run. I really do.
Well, you know last week how we did the what if scenario, right?
Yeah.
So since we're kind of on topic, we got a couple minutes. What if Sting would have been approached by WWE when he flipped the Crow character and would have Squad men brought over would have not ridden the WCW ship to the bottom.
What?
And
Yeah.
when it
What if
came
he would
over,
have went?
he
What if
would have
he
went to
went?
WWE.
Oh, I think we would have had some great. I think that would have been the sinking cannonball to WCW, of course.
Right.
And then we would have got so much more. But I honestly think there would have been so many great storylines because you had Sting. You would have had to create somebody to back up Sting because you also
Right.
had Undertaker. You had Kane in that era
Right.
because Prime Kane. No one talks about how prime Kane really was.
Imagine if he would have been brought in as Darkness and would have been teaming up with the Undertaker and
Oh,
Kane.
oh,
The and the other one that I would have said was, what happened if the curtain call would have never happened?
Oh yeah.
Because if the
Yeah.
curtain call never happens, we don't
Yeah.
get Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right.
true. That's true.
Yeah. Yep.
Or if we do, it's not like the Stone Cold that we were used to.
My other what if, I was thinking about it this week. What if they would have pushed Goldust to not be the character that he was? And
it would have never worked.
no,
Like-
imagine, not so much of a flamboyant Goldust, but a dark Goldust. Like, I'm sorry, dude. That entrance, banging.
You know what
all
was
the-
crazy is, do you remember when he left and then WCW tried to bring him as Platinum?
Yeah.
Was it Platinum or was it Ghost or something like that?
No, it was Platinum. I think they brought him in as Platinum. Any which way, I like halfway through his entrance, the vignette he was doing, he was like, "Nope, I'm not doing this," and he's done.
Well,
yeah, he's done.
I'm sorry. Every time I see Goldust entrance, I'm like, man, they ripped off Glacier's entrance like crazy. Because with the
Well,
gold legs coming
you know,
down, I'm like, oh,
let's hear about it. And I'm sorry, Tactical, I'm gonna take it from you this week. Squash, you're gonna hate me, but Enzo was cruiserweight champion. He was gonna face Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes left WWE and opened up American Nightmare for the first time. Not Cody. Dustin Rhodes started American Nightmare and went to WCW. I would have loved to see that match actually happen.
Dusty and Enzo.
Dusty and Enzo. Yep.
Dude,
I don't think they give Dustin Rhodes enough credit. He is a great wrestler.
Yeah, Dustin Rhodes. I mean, that would have been a squash match. He would have beat the hell out of Enzo. As much as I like Enzo, Dustin Rhodes can wrestle, dude. That guy can wrestle.
Yeah.
He knows what he was
He
doing.
can.
You know, a lot of people give crap to Goldust, but if you watch how he moved in the ring and what he did, he knows how to wrestle. He's solid. There's no weakness in that guy's game.
I love the stuff that he was doing with Booker T at the end of
I was
his
just
run.
going to say that.
That was the funniest stuff. Like they did one promo where they were in like a 7-Eleven.
That's right. That's
and
right.
Goldust
It
was
wasn't
it was
platinum,
7.
It was 7. But he was the color tone was
Yeah.
platinum. They kept saying
It was like black and white.
But it was
And,
dude, it was so bad. I felt bad for him when they brought him in on that thing. It was terrible.
Well, when he was in TNA, or was it TNA? He did Black Rain.
I don't remember.
Well,
I don't remember.
He did something. I think it was Black Rain because I was a Dark Lotus fan, and they have an album called Black Rain. And I was like, oh, it'd be great if he utilized, Violent J and Shaggy and Insane Clown Posse and all that. If they would have utilized that more,
Right.
But
right.
yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, fellas. What do we want to talk about on next week's episode?
How about with the Road to Royal Rumble? What is the greatest Royal Rumble win?
Okay, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have a feeling next week's show is going to go a little bit longer because we have the Rumble next week.
Yeah.
So if we get to it, yeah, absolutely, I'm down for that.
Right. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Let's move on.
Predictions?
If it'll let me move on. There we go. Future predictions. Go ahead, Jay. Start us off.
I would say WrestleMania, Jacob Fatu wins a heavyweight championship. I also would love for WWE to listen to the fans and actually start utilizing the Wyatt Six into something darker and actually building a storyline like they used to with the Ministry and the Undertaker. and not just milking the little bit of here and there's that they're doing. Hopefully, they can get past this MFT stuff and actually start building it up. But yeah, my biggest prediction would be Jacob Fatu wins a championship by the end of the year.
Right. Squatch.
Oh, oh shoot. Yeah, he kind of took my thunder. Jacob was going to be mine.
God,
You know what? I'm gonna say Obi comes out
ooh,
and he's coming out in the Rumble, and he's gonna be in the final four.
ooh.
He's gonna eliminate like anywhere from 6 to 7 people, and he's gonna be in the final four. He's gonna look super powerful.
Real quick, do you think Gunther is going to be in the final four of Royal Rumble again this year?
You know what? I would love to see those two part of the final four, and those two actually have a face-to-face meeting. I would love to see that. You know what I mean? So,
quick thing. Yeah, Black Rain and TNA with a rat in a
See?
cage.
I know my shit.
So, here's my prediction. The last couple are going to be the Royal Rumble, and it's going to start the feud and start the one who's going to end the career. You're going to see Obi and Brock Lesnar square off in the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
And that's going to set up because SummerSlam is going to be Brock's retirement match. And I'm all for Obi Fema being the one because it makes sense and passing the torch. But I think we're going to see the seed planted at the Royal Rumble. Those two are going to go at it at the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
They better not set the seeds for Gunther versus Brock. If they that's the retirement match, I'm not watching that show.
I really don't think so because you've got a guy like Obi Femi coming in, right? And they've got to get him into a feud with somebody who is a monster, right? Brock is a monster. I think if he's the one that retires Brock, that really skyrockets him and gives him credibility. And, well, they never listen to us anyway, but that would be what I would do to set him up because what does it do for Gunter? Oh, it's another one that I retired, right? If Obi does it, it skyrockets him. You know what I'm saying? So I would hope they would use it that way. Just my opinion. Yep. Alrighty, guys. Come on. This week, it was on Jay this week. It wasn't even on me.
Yeah. Like it was. Yeah, there was none on yours.
No.
Time out real quick about this meter. I sent it to Dino Tactical Santa. He did have a great interview and talking about that is the place he wants to be.
Right.
Blah blah blah. I would say that Enzo's coming. Sorry, Gina. I can't wait to post it when it happens, but I think eventually, maybe we're gonna get, if not Rumble. What if we get it at Rumble? What if we get?
I would say this. I think anybody that's been in WWE in the past or is in any wrestling promotion, they all have star power and they all have qualities that they can bring to the table, right? As long as they're utilized correctly, everybody can get a boost. Everybody can get a rocket bronze strap. I don't think they would bring him back to be some champion or anything like that. I just think they'd bring him back to be a mouthpiece for somebody or some faction. But I think there is a possibility of that happening. We'll see. He says he wants to be there. We'll see. Who knows? But anyway, it was on you this week, Jay. I made the Squatch happy again because I didn't do anything. So see, I'm keeping the Squatch happy.
It was one on Jay this week, and that was just within the last 5 minutes. So
right. Alrighty. Moving on, we got the Wyatt 6 meter. And I kind of lost count on that one. Was there 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, because he was talking about it earlier, but that was part of the show, and then he just brought it up in future predictions, and that was it. So it's fine.
So 1. All right. We didn't go crazy this week, Jay.
No.
Right.
All right. So it's Sasquatch Sunday. What's in your beard? Because we are sponsored by Elegant Sasquatch. So we do a thing on Sundays. It's our Sunday tradition. And I know we did it first thing, but I am wearing Ashen Oath by Elegant Sasquatch. And that was part of the Black Vow collaboration. And if you have not tried this, this is absolutely stellar. I don't know what you're waiting for. Go out, grab some, get on the site. And speaking of sites, he has a new site and it is fantastic. So much easier to find, the Elegant Sasquatch. And Suplex 20 gets you 20% off.
I am wearing Elegant Sasquatch. Hail to the king, baby. It's a little gasoline, clone, musk. And right now he did just drop the Big Fig Energy.
Big
We
Fig
will be
Energy.
talking about that in coming
Yeah.
weeks. On some other shows, Slay and Spray and Anchor Show is doing Elegant Sasquatch in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we will be discussing our pros and cons of Elegant Sasquatch. But
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Pros is you need Elegant Sasquatch in your life. The
Yes,
cons is he's ugly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and my mom thinks I'm cute, so that's all that matters.
So I just want to say thank you to everybody that joined us, putting up with all of us, dealing with our stuff. We appreciate you. Next week we will be on. It should be an awesome show. But man, I love doing Sundays. I love hanging out with my brothers, talking wrestling and talking some smack.
Sure.
So definitely check us out next week. Thank you for everybody. And Fiend, send us out.
Suplex Syndicate is out.